Okay, in this session, I will guide you through the steps of initializing a classroom session on the Teams. Okay, so we've gone through the steps of creating class here. So let me just delete this one so that I could go through the process of creating a specific class. Right, so I have this one that's called test. So I will be creating a class. Okay, so I'm gonna move this camera down here. Join, create a class. If you notice, we could create different types of group of classes, group or classes we could create. So at this point in time, we're gonna create a class, and we're gonna call this one com 600 class. Click next. The next option that we have is just to add students. If you may recall, in Skype, this is the same way, the same method that you search for students and you add them to your group. So in this case, I just have one user, but I could add more users. I just have to type the email or the name of the user, click add, close, and what happens here, my class has been created, and I could see here, right? So if I go back to Teams, it has been created. So this is the one I'm working with. Now, one of the features that has been added to Teams that Skype don't have is this section here, in which you could upload files to make them accessible for all of those students in that particular class. You could create notes. This was possible in Skype as well. This is something that has been integrated where you can use OneNote class notebook. You could also create assignments, and you could also be able to manage the grades on that assignment. So in this case, I have nothing created, so it give me that error that you see there. So these are features that are added here. However, as I said, it's very important that you understand and know what you're trying to achieve, because if you're using Blackboard for assignments and uploading files, if you start using Teams, you might have a duplication, which can make it a little bit more complicated for you to manage your classroom at this point in time. Hopefully later on we'll have all of these features integrated in one single platform, but until today we only have these options here. So these are other features that we have available. I will not go into depth, because I wouldn't want to encourage you that at this point you use them if you are using Blackboard as well. Okay, so these are some of the features. Now here, you could send a text message and it will broadcast to all the users on this particular group or class. We have the option to add attachments as well, to send attachment to all the users. And then we have the different emojis as well. And from here, we could initiate a session. So when I click here at this point in time, I have the option here to start with the camera on or off. All right, just to make sure that if I don't want anybody to see me on the other end, I would just disable it. So I'm going to turn it off and meet now. And on the other side, you will see the users that are here. Right, so let me just bring this one down here. All right, so the users are here. Okay, you'll see those that have joined the meeting. It's telling me that I don't have the microphone. The reason is because I'm using it to record as well. All right, so if you notice here, it has a little similarities with Skype or for business as well, in which you have these functionalities here. Now from here, you start to deliver your class, and from here, you can share your different resources. You could share your desktop. From here, what will happen is that the students will be able to see everything that you're doing on your desktop. You could share a specific window as well. In this case, I'm sharing the team windows, or I just have to click stop sharing. I could share a PowerPoint, and if the PowerPoint that I want to share is not here, I will click browse and I will select OneDrive or the computer, my computer here. So I would have to search for it as well. So these are the features that you have available. In addition to that, you could also share a whiteboard, which enables you to type similar to Skype for business, as I mentioned, Teams has the integration of Skype for Business features on it, and that makes it a more enhanced tool compared to Skype. But you could use either for delivering your classes at this point in time. However, I would suggest that you select one that meet your needs and that you feel comfortable utilizing at this point in time. So if you notice, you have all your markers here. All right, and you could do many things, draw whatever you want here. All right, so that's the board itself. So let's see here. Okay, so I have the board, clean board here. So I'm gonna stop presenting here. And I also have the other option that was available on Skype, which was to record a session. So this one has start recording. You could record a session for those students that did not have the opportunity to join the meeting at that time. You could also select start recording here, and you have other different options. Start video with blur, turn off live caption, show device settings, and these are all the features here. And this is how you could conduct. But if you notice the similarities when using Skype and Teams, they are very similar. I'm not going to get into depth. However, if you have any questions, you could always let me know and I will be able to clarify or give more in-depth details on how to work with Teams. However, with all this information that I've provided, you should be able to add your students to a classroom or to a group and be able to initiate a face-to-face online presentation with them, in which you could share the desktop. You could share a PowerPoint that you may have. If not, you browse the PowerPoint to determine where it is located. And you could also share your whiteboard. So with this information, you could definitely conduct your online classes with your students. If you have any questions, you can reach me. Take care.